Is Fortnite dying? That is a question that we're going to be answering in today's video. It's been no doubt that this season of Fortnite has seen a steady decline of players, and there's actually a fair few reasons about this. So it's a very valid question to ask. Will Chapter 4 of Fortnite revive the game? Now, it's not so cut and dry, so first things first, let's go over all of the issues that we just had with Chapter 3 Season 4 of Fortnite, because there was a fair few, which led to a lot of players not really enjoying the game as much as they used to, or kind of taking a mini break from it. Chapter 3 Season 4 of Fortnite popped off in September with a lot of cool new updates and a lot of new gimmicks added to the game, from Evo Chrome weapons to stuff like Chrome Splashes, which allowed you to go through walls or turn into blob form. And by the way, do check out my Chrome blob only challenge, where I did it at the very start of the season, where I had to be a Chrome blob the whole game, no weapons or anything else. So as I was saying, the season started off with a bang and we're really looking forward to it. But as the season progressed, there was a lot of lackluster updates. This season felt very empty, and yes, we'd sometimes get some cool bits and pieces like Star Wars stuff being re-added, but for the most part, when this game had an update this season, was see this location over here? We're going to put some chrome in the ground and we're going to lift it up in the air. See this location over here? We're just going to splash some chrome on it and we're going to make this building that used to go into higher up on the air but on chrome. It was a very lackluster season in terms of updates. And I have to say, when people stop playing a game or when a game starts becoming boring, a big part of that has to come to map design or the game design as a whole. Fortnite as a whole has been becoming stale because of the map. Now, this map has been in the game for a fair amount of time, although it has only been 4 seasons, and has been almost an entire year so far, as this chapter came out in December of last year. So, whole year, and then we're going to get a new map. I think that's a pretty good trade-off, but this map could have had a lot more changes. Personally, when I look for a new season of Fortnite, I hope there's going to be a lot of map changes, because map changes is what makes the game fun. It makes the game dynamic. There's a lot going on. Hopefully I don't die here. Please, this person don't kill me. Okay, I was not warmed up. I didn't even have my hands on the keyboard then. Mr. Fuzzy Pants, please. I'm trying to record a video. Without just talking about the map as a whole, there's been a lot of other issues with the game. And this has definitely led to Fortnite's decline in popularity. Although we had some of the most higher player bases that we've ever had in Chapter 3 of Fortnite due to zero build mode and a lot more new players coming to the game who didn't like the look of builds before, being interested in zero build mode. And then on top of that as well, a lot of content creators who used to play the game getting back into it because of zero build mode, making comps a lot more exciting and open to players who dislike builds. These issues have been very overboarding and very over the top, which has led to a lot of Fortnite's decline. And these issues have to do with competitive integrity. And the main issues that come with competitive integrity come with stuff like time to kill and the amount of damage that weapons do in game. Now, the first weapon that's been a major issue this season, which a lot of players have enjoyed for the most part, has been snipers. You might be saying, yeah, I enjoy snipers in Fortnite. Yes, although it's fantastic to get a one-shot snipe in Fortnite, and it's fantastic when you hit an amazing snipe from across the map, and it can be cool to see people's snipes, for the most part, one-shot snipers don't really suit the Battle Royale format. The fact that someone can be running in a separate direction, not even aware of where you are, they can be jumping, sliding in a car, and then in just a second's notice they die, that doesn't really suit the Battle Royale format. Battle Royale format is, yes, last person standing, but with skill and with intent in between. If you just take away everyone's ability to get a win in the click of a button, and it can sometimes come up to luck, and it might just look on your screen to some person crouching in a bush 200 meters away, that's kind of unfavorable. Now, do snipers have a place in Battle Royale? Yeah, snipers can work in Battle Royale, but they need a major rework, and I will be doing a video on this in the future on how Fortnite should fix snipers. But for the most part, having a one-shot sniper that's really easy to use and that's very common does not suit the Battle Royale format. As fun as it may be, it ruins the competitive integrity of the game, and the fact that it can take people out so easily means a lot of people, when they die to these snipers, are more frustrated than amazed at someone's amazing snipe, and typically a lot of these people have been rage quitting the game and leaving games. The next big weapon that's had a major issue this season, which a lot of you probably don't see eye to eye with me, but me being a connoisseur of Battle Royale games, been enjoying Battle Royale games for around 7 to 8 years now, longer than Fortnite's been out, I can tell you it's shotguns. Now, shotguns in Fortnite have been a staple in the game for a long time, and a lot of people in the game want one-shot shotguns to return. However, shotguns in Battle Royale shouldn't really be doing one-shot kills. Battle Royale format is about being more skilled than your opponent, and when you have a gun in the game that can take someone out this quickly, it doesn't really come down to skill. The fact that someone can just land on your location and have better ping than you and pick up a gun before you can and then shoot you in one shot, it doesn't really suit the game's format. All shotguns in Fortnite should be balanced, and they should be able to do consistent high damage, but this consistent high damage should have a cap. Now in build mode, this needs a rework obviously, because people can just keep healing and building and then stopping you, so having a fast time to kill kind of makes a little bit of sense in build mode of the game, but any shotgun doing more than 80 damage on someone off spawn is not fair in the game. At least as a rework, have players start with 150 health so they can't be one shot off spawn. No items in Battle Royale should do one shot of damage to someone and take them out, especially if you're starting off spawn with a baseline of health. This comes into our last problem issue weapon in Fortnite currently, and I'm sure many of you can guess it, and yes, it is the goo gun. Now a lot of people do currently like the goo gun, this trash of an item, because it does reduce the skill level needed in order to get wins and in order to get kills in the game. However, this item does not require skill in the game to use. This item is very OP, and when Fortnite keeps bringing stuff out in the game and then nerfing it because they don't want others to use it, it kind of leaves you scratching your head. Take the Octane cars for example in Fortnite, a fantastic vehicle just added to the game. However, Octane cars have very limited health and very limited boosting. Why would you bring out a fun item in the game and then nerf it so hard, but then at the same time you have an item in the game that basically acts as a grenade launcher, shooting not only 6 grenades at once, but grenades that can stick to people and grenades that create a chain that connect to people? Doesn't really make sense in my personal opinion. If you're going to make OP items in the game, you might as well also add OP items that everyone can use or can use with skill base. For example, the double pump in Fortnite. There's no reason that we should have an item like a goo gun in the game when I can't switch in between using shotguns and I have a delay before I can shoot my second item. Now, I do understand why Fortnite added this item in the game. Fortnite added the goo gun in Fortnite to help out its player base. As this game starts existing and being out longer and longer, it becomes a lot harder for new players or younger players in the game or less skilled players to get wins or kills. So this item has created a bridging gap, allowing all players in order to get wins and in order to get kills. But the minute this item starts getting abused by players who know how to play the game, people who are using shockwaves and pushing with it, or using it to break into your walls and just spamming with it in order to do 200 damage, it's not very favorable at all. And this is a reason a lot of people have not been enjoying solos this season, is because this gun is so annoying. Personally for me, I know this has been the least that I have played for this entire chapter for Fortnite, and it is because not only do I love solos, but I hate these updates they've been adding to the game. One-shot snipers and goo guns make solos a really miserable experience to play. Yes, there might be places in the future for this to be in the game, say if there's an LTM having these types of items, but having these in the core casual game modes don't make sense to me. This also ties into another issue, stuff like for example zero build should have an entirely different loadout to build mode of the game. We don't need porta bunkers in build mode of the game, so just keep them in zero build and vice versa. And also, some shotguns are more suited for zero build, keep them in zero build. The ones that are more suited for build mode, keep them in build mode. Reduce the loot pools in both the game modes. Different issue altogether. Another issue of this season of Fortnite is that it has been really stale in terms of LTMs. We had about one LTM throughout this entire season, and it was squad solid gold. Now I understand Fortnite's trying to push creative more and more, and I understand we had Horde Rush. But when it comes to core LTMs, like versing other people, we had 40v40 added in the last weeks of the season, and we had nothing really fun in between. No Floor is Lava game mode, no special items game mode, no Blitz games mode, and it kind of makes the season kind of meh. Another big issue this season on Fortnite, it was a lot of recycled content. When it comes into looking at Fortnite Chapter 2 Season 8 of the game, it was very similar to this season. You had the Cube Queen, aka the Herald. You had a cube-based location, aka Herald's Sanctuary in the game, which is just a chrome version of that. You had places in the game getting more cubes added to them. You had places in the game getting more chrome added to them. It's a lot of recycled content and not really new stuff, and to be honest, a lazy approach. Now this might give Fortnite more time to work on a new map and everything else in between, but you really don't want to be killing a lot of this game's player base, especially players who've been playing this game for a long time. Me, who's been playing Fortnite for over 5 years now, can definitely tell you that updates like this aren't enjoyable. So that was a lot of the issues that were in Chapter 3, Season 4 of Fortnite. Not all of them, to be exact, but can Fortnite do enough in order to revive the game in Chapter 4 of Fortnite when a new season comes out and a new chapter comes out after the event? My opinion, yes. Fortnite's going to be able to do this. A new map is going to breathe so much life into this game, and not having items like the goo gun in this game and maybe a few weapon updates is going to make the game a lot more enjoyable. This doesn't address issues like stuff with crowns, how people crown camp now and they don't play the game properly anymore. For example, all they'll do is run away from fights or run before you even shoot at someone because they just want to get more crowns. And I think the crown system needs a whole rework, but that's a different question altogether and a different issue altogether. But for the most part, I do think Chapter 4 of Fortnite is going to be a good one, and I'm going to be enjoying it, and it's going to help revive and bring a lot more life into the game, especially having stuff like a first person mode, which isn't going to be a game mode as it's been leaked. It's been leaked as being a toggle. This may not be true, however. Fortnite might change their minds. I think it's going to be fun. Pushing inside of a building and going first person mode so it's easy to hit shotgun shots is going to create some nice dynamic gameplay, and I'm looking forward to it. So how can Fortnite avoid these issues in the future? It's definitely not the first time that Fortnite has had issues like this in the game. And in my opinion, the way that they can do this and the way that they can avoid a lot of these issues that are currently in the game is have a map rotation. Now, when I'm going to be talking about Fortnite in the coming weeks and how they can fix bits and pieces of the game, I'm going to be comparing it a lot to Apex Legends. Apex Legends is a fantastic battle royale game, and Fortnite is also a fantastic battle royale game. Both of these statements are true. So I do believe both of these games should be consistently copying from each other. If this game has a great concept and this game has a great concept, the more they copy from each other, the more they'll both become better games and the more reason that they'll have to innovate. And one of these big things that Fortnite can do to avoid this staleness in the future is map rotations. Having more than one map in the game and having the map change consistently during casual play will make the game have a lot more life. Imagine after playing for 1 hour to 2 hours that this map changes into the Chapter 2 map. Or this map changes into the Chapter 1 map. You're not going to be landing in the same locations. You're not going to have the same 20 people here, 20 people here, 10 people here, and then just a bunch of bots around the rest of the map. You're going to have people landing different places all the time. It's going to make a lot of dynamic gameplay. Now, obviously, this doesn't work for stuff like a ranked in Fortnite. It's only going to really work for casual games, as ranked players will complain a lot, and you need some competitive integrity on landings. But I do think for the most part, that will help a lot of Fortnite. For me as well, I do think this has been the most disappointing season out of all of them this chapter. And I think my favorite one overall had to be probably Chapter 3 Season 2. What was your favorite chapter of this season? Also, that also reminds me, some of the recycled content that they added this season is actually from Chapter 3 Season 2 of the game. The whole concept of balloons and stuff moving around the maps was very similar to Chapter 3 Season 2 when they had the war. You had the blimps that were on top of the map and sometimes moved around the map, if I'm remembering correctly as well. The fact that they just got this concept and they just moved it into another season, oh, you have more dynamic gameplay. Rather than people sitting on top of blimps, they sit on top of balloons now. This isn't really new groundbreaking stuff for Fortnite, and kind of a reason why I think this season had a bit of a steady decline. You got any more splashes in here? Nice, nice. Alright. 3 kills, 5 people remaining. I wasn't really looking for people. I was so focused on trying to talk in other bits and pieces. We might as well get into how I think that Fortnite can fix the crown concept. So crowns in Fortnite, they are a good addition to the game, but they don't really work. You get crowns, season ends, you lose all your crowns. How does that make sense? In my personal opinion, it doesn't. And this is going to be another drawn comparison to Apex Legends, but Fortnite should legitimately copy the way trackers work in Apex Legends. Now, trackers work in Apex Legends by having a banner that if you're playing field mode of the game, that not only your teammates can see, but also if you're the person who won the last game, having people being able to see that also is a good addition. Oh, my building's a little shaky. I haven't built recently. Alright, let's take a splash here. Having trackers in the game on people's profiles. For example, If you have 20 kills in a single game, having that as a badge on your profile, or showing your total amount of lifetime kills, or having stuff in the game, for example, like showing the amount of wins you have, this will encourage people to play the game more properly. Crown wins have caused a lot of people to play more for getting a crown in Fortnite than playing the game for the sake of playing a game. I've had many instances where I've run into someone and before I've even built, before I've even shot, they've just shockwaved away, trying to get that second place in order to third party and get a crown win. And to be honest, it kind of ruins a lot of gameplay. You shoot at someone once, they run away for 20 minutes, trying to just survive. And yeah, that's the aim of the game, survive. But if people are surviving for the key purpose of showing an emote that disappears at the end of a season, it kind of doesn't make any sense. So if Fortnite had trackers, for example, you won the last game, everyone at the start of the game can see who you are. Everyone at the start of the game can see your statistics. They can be like, oh, this is a good player. I think this will be a great addition to the game. Because if someone has 100 wins in the game, but then for example, they've only got like 20 kills, that's not going to be impressive. People aren't going to be about it. So having these trackers in the game so people can show off their kills and wins and everything else in between, I think will breathe a lot of new life into Fortnite. So something that they should copy from Apex Legends is that, having player profiles. Because if I could show off every win I've ever gotten since chapter 1 of the game, I definitely would. Is this person trying to get a victory royale with the car? They are, aren't they? What are you doing, brother? They're right behind this tree. Maybe they're trying to get a snipe or something. Oh, they keep building in time. I'm not going to give them the win though. I don't have many this season myself. I'm sorry, I had to bully him. Yeah, so let me know what you think. Did you think this season of Fortnite was a little bit disappointing, or did you think that it was good? If you haven't been playing the game a long time, you probably didn't mind it that much. But for me, someone who's been playing it a long time, not fantastic. I do think Fortnite can fix the game, and a lot of these issues are pretty easy to fix. I definitely think Chapter 4 is going to bring a lot more life into it. So yeah, click like, subscribe, a lot more videos to come. Thank you for watching, and catch you guys on the flip side. Goodbye. Oh yeah, and also please use my code when buying the new season battle pass when Chapter 4 comes out. You have to put it in the item store before you buy it after the season comes out. If you put it in beforehand, it probably doesn't count. So just go and support a creator code, put in code ONY, do know I make a percentage from this, and then you can buy the battle pass. But do that after the event and everything, because typically it clears. Yeah, anyway, catch you guys on the flip side. Goodbye.